Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is the Game Week 8 team selection. So in this video, I'm going to show you my team that I will choose for Game Week 8. And obviously, things may change from now to the deadline. I may have a change in plans, a change in idea, but as it stands, this is my team that I'm going to field for Game Week 8. So we'll start off with the goalkeeper and the defence, then we'll go on to the midfield, and then we'll go on to the strike force. So in goal, I've gone with Sa. So the reasonings for picking Sa was that Wolves are a better defensive team than Palace in my opinion. They've kept 3 clean sheets in their last 4 games, whereas Palace have conceded 2 goals against Leicester and a late goal against Brighton. And also, in my opinion, Arsenal are slightly better going forward than Villa. Maybe not overall, but this season I think Arsenal have been better going forward than Villa. I think they've scored more goals as well. So that's why I've gone with Sa in the net over Guaita. So my first defender is Nelson Semedo. So Semedo is staying in my team. He offers an attacking threat. He's the right wing back in that Wolves system. He constantly gets down that right flank, and he can get Aston Villa's defence. And as you can see, well, you can't see at the moment, but I've put Matty Cash on the bench and chose to play Semedo over him. It may change because I kind of like to have variation, but as it stands, I think Semedo's played better this season than Cash, even though Cash has got a goal. And obviously, I think Wolves are arguably in better form at the moment than Aston Villa. And now the next defender in my team is Ruben Diaz. He's staying right in there. They're playing Burnley at home. On paper, it looks like a really easy clean sheet for Man City. And I know on paper, it's not real life. But with FPL, we've got to go with on paper, really. And City have a top defence, and Burnley don't score too many goals. And often, when they do go to the Etihad, they do concede quite a few as well. So you never know. Diaz might get involved with the goals. And now the last player in my defence is Lewis Dunk. So Lewis Dunk plays Norwich away, one of the worst teams in the league. Brighton have an outstanding defence. I do expect Brighton to do well there. And I'm still waiting for that attacking return from Lewis Dunk this season. Because last season he got a fair few attacking returns and he hasn't got one yet this season. So hopefully he can get one against Norwich on the weekend. And now we move on to the midfield. So the first player in my midfield is Andros Townsend. So Ferran Torres picked up an ankle injury, I think on international duty. So he's out for 4 to 5 weeks or something, so he's not going to play for City. So I thought, who do I bring in? And I looked at the Everton options, and I thought Townsend looks the best bet. He's got 3 goals and an assist in his last 4 games. Brilliant return right there. And in his next 4 games, he plays West Ham, who are a decent team, but then he plays Watford, Wolves and Tottenham. And you can get at those teams, especially Watford and Wolves. They are decent defensive teams, but you can get at them. Everton have been in good form. Obviously, when Calvert-Lewin returns, they'll be even better form because they'll have the main focal point in the attack. And I don't expect Townsend to get dropped soon because he's playing really well. So the next player in my team in midfield is Ben Rama. So I sort of stuck with Ben Rama because, you know, he hasn't played amazingly recently, but he hasn't played poorly, and I haven't had really any urgency to bring him out my team. So I've kept him in this week. He's got Everton, which is a decent fixture. Everton and West Ham, they're very similar ability, so who knows what's going to happen in that game. I've got, obviously, Ben Rama as a West Ham midfielder, and I've got Townsend as an Everton midfielder, so you never know. If Everton score, if West Ham score, hopefully it's through them. And the next player in my team is the Liverpool forward, Mo Salah. So Salah's got 9 goals in 9 games this season, absolutely ridiculous, and 3 assists in there as well. And he's been in outstanding form. Last week against Man City, the assist was absolutely world class, and the goal was even better. Superb from Salah. And then this weekend he plays Watford. And Watford, they're sort of lingering around the relegation zone. They're not doing very well this season, although they have got a new manager in Claudio Ranieri, so they maybe get that new manager buzz and do well against Liverpool. But hopefully Liverpool can do well, because I'm a Liverpool fan, and hopefully Salah can score to get me some fantasy points. And also, he's my captain, because I think, in my opinion, he's the best option in my team for the captain's armband this week. So the next player in my midfield is the Leeds winger, Rafinha. So this is a debatable one because he may not play, which will be a real annoyance to me because he's got Southampton, Wolves and Norwich. And you want him to play those games because although Leeds haven't really had the best start to the season, we all know the attacking capabilities they have. And Rafinha is probably their best player. So you've got Southampton this weekend and hopefully he's fit. I don't know, he says international duty here, so maybe he played a lot the other night and he's a bit tired or something. But I think he should probably get some game time this weekend. And hopefully he can start and score goals for my team. And then the final player in my midfield is Diogo Jota. So this is an interesting one because Jota was rumoured to be out for this weekend, but I've heard numerous reports that he's fit and ready to go, so that's why I'm keeping him in my team. But he may not start. If Klopp sees that Jota's, 75% fit and you've got 100% Firmino, he's playing Firmino all day every week. So it'll probably be Salah, Firmino, Mane. And then maybe in midweek when Jota's had a full recovery, he may drop Firmino and play Jota in the Champions League. So I reckon Jota may not start this weekend, but I'm going to put him in there anyway, because even when he comes off the bench, he has that attacking threat. And now we move on to the strike force. So this is an interesting one, because one of my main strikers, Romelu Lukaku is, I think, pretty much ruled out for this game. I haven't said anywhere where they said, oh, he's ruled out, but he picked up a muscular strain with Belgium. He's coming back into training, and I don't think it looks too good for him. So he may miss out, and he may rest him for the Champions League next week. So I don't know whether he will start this weekend. If he doesn't, it's not to worry. I know he'd be a big miss because he's got Brentford, and obviously their defence isn't the strongest, and Chelsea are a good team. But on my bench, I've got Kieran Tierney, who can come on against Crystal Palace. You expect Arsenal to keep a clean sheet in that game because Arsenal have a pretty solid defence, and Palace don't score too many goals. They have scored more this season under Vieira, but they still don't score a load of goals. So if Lukaku can't play, I've got Tierney to come on, but hopefully he can. And I don't want Chelsea to win because I don't like them. But if Lukaku can get me a goal or two, I'll take that. That'd be quite nice. And the final player in my team is Raul Jimenez. So the Mexican forward didn't really do well at the start of the season. He was a bit rusty, but in the last 2 game weeks, he's managed to get himself 18 points. 2 assists against Newcastle and a goal against Southampton. And yes, I know both of those teams aren't of the highest of quality, but at least he's getting in the positions to create chances and score goals. And what we've learned about Wolves this season is they haven't scored too many goals, but they are creating a ton of chances. And if you create a ton of chances, you're bound to score goals at some point. So hopefully Jimenez or Hwang Hee-chan can score goals or get assists this weekend, because I know I say Hwang Hee-chan as well and he's not in my team, but if Hwang Hee-chan scores, last week he scored 2, Jimenez got 2 assists. So the link-up plays there. So hopefully either of them can do well. Hopefully, obviously, Jimenez do well this weekend for my FPL team. And now we move on to my bench. So on my bench, we've got Guaita, Tierney, Cash, and Locadia. And Locadia is there because he's cheap. He's useless. He doesn't play. So he's just there, basically, to fill in a gap. And then we've got Cash, obviously, who can come on for any of the injured players. Same with Tierney. And obviously, Guaita's there in case Sarr doesn't play. But as it stands, that is the bench. It's going to stay like that unless I have any last-minute changes. And that is the first 11. And it's going to stay like that unless I have any last-minute changes. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching the video. You know what to do. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. And be sure to like and subscribe if you have enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.